okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's like you knew what you were doing when you started.
I don't really like.
That's not
I'm gonna
bad.
just get
That's
to
not bad.
it. Hey, yeah, hey, hey.
What's going on, guys? So we just wanted to check back in, following up on the vlog, talk to y'all a little bit about brotherhood, what it is, what we stand for, what we all about. So, just these days, man, in 2020, it's hard to find people with real integrity, people that stand behind something, stand behind themselves, know how to be themselves. And, with brotherhood, I feel like it's just two people. You talk about me in London, we always been our true authentic selves. And I wanted to speak on was me recently moving out here to North Carolina. And I just wanted to speak on trying new things and encouraging to try new things, before I moved out here, I was in Atlanta still, and I was struggling with just getting through, just pushing to that next level. Like my circle was the same. Just everybody I was speaking to on a daily basis was the same. My job was the same. So therefore, everything that I was going through, what I believed was possible, was the same. And then one day I just said, man, let me try something new. Let me move out here to North Carolina and let me see what takes place. And then once I made that decision to move, man.
All right, so Brotherhood Network, that's what we doing, and that's what we gonna keep doing forever. But the main point of this, the point we want to stretch across everybody's brain, is just be different. Have your own individual path, And when you doing that, you gotta make some sacrifice. Now I ain't saying you gotta sacrifice your mama, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whatever situation you in. But most importantly, they gotta understand what you after, your purpose, and they gotta be dedicated to what you got going. Cause if they ain't, then you might have to cut their ass off. But then you gotta go back and then you gotta explain why you cut them off. And then once you explain why, you gotta make sure they get back on board. Because you can't do nothing without no support system. You can't live in this world alone at all. And when you're trying to find what you passionate about, what you want your life task to be, that's something that you gotta do that on your own. You can't have nobody help you do that. And you just gotta stand on principle, stand on all 10 toes. Cause it's easy to be a soldier and you ain't got no fight to go to. Or you ain't got no war to go to. It's easy to stand on something when you ain't got no challenge. So, stand strong in what you believe in, and just accept yourself. Period. Be able to look somebody in the eyes and tell them the truth. Cause if your ass out here living in a bed of lies, that ain't gonna work either. You in the bed of lies, it's like all that shit gonna catch up to you. And you being somebody who you not, that shit gonna catch up to you too. And I can't speak on nothing that I ain't went through. Because there's been temptations out there that put me in a situation to where where I wanna go with this. Do I wanna go down this road or do I wanna go down that road? And I always, for the most part, pick the road less traveled. Cause I knew there were people coming up behind me looking at me as an example. Cause I ain't do it on my own. I use the younger generation, like my brother. I use a little bit of my generation, cause you can't really take everything that people your same age is gonna go through, because they trying to do the same shit you trying to do. So you gotta take that with a grain of salt. And then you gotta listen to your elders, you gotta listen to the old people too. So I just mashed that shit together, and you basically become a middle child. That's just how I get through. You might got your own shit that you gotta, your own little concoction of life of how you get through and shit like that. But that's how this shit is formed. This brotherhood shit. I got my ways of looking at things. Charles got his ways of looking at things. And the rest of my friends got their own ways of looking at things. But we bring that shit all together to come up with a healthy decision that can keep us charging forward. So keep looking to gain this type of insight from us, because that's what we're going to give to you. And that's just all I got to say on that.
And I feel like that's kind of what we're here for, especially within the black community. We're here to be that voice, that young voice, to let young brothers and sisters know it's okay to be more than just a physical appearance. It's okay to have emotions. It's okay to have these intellectual thoughts, and all these things will be discussed at Brotherhood. And I appreciate you guys for joining us on the ride. I appreciate you guys for joining us on the journey. And we just getting started. So if you like the vlog, your ass is in for a hell of a ride.
Hey. I don't really like. I'ma just get to it. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Yeah, mastermind like Megamind. Masterminds. Just focusing on master lines through these rolling times. Soon they gon' have to up the fines. Just to turn little man pupil. I just want them to.
And I'm nothing like my pops, T-bone with a fraction. Nowadays, niggas confusing the blood with a capital. Generation full of steppers, missing steps in the ladder. Lost daughters leaving home just to ruin they bladders. Looking for another nigga just to tell them they matter. And the niggas ain't with it, that really love don't matter. Trees show the truth in the fatherless pattern. Heart gone, wouldn't get a hoe, a ring gon' Saturn. She could die today and I'll put my ass in the urn. Life's tough, hella devils just for taking their turns. But every devil is a blessing if a lesson is learned. Like a man of my stature.